Up next on Lion TV, we have Reagan Tyler and Kaya Fortune bringing us some more hot movie recommendations, sure to spike your interest. Following that, we have Brooklyn Shaver with some insight on a local charity store in our town.
And me, Bo Bramlett with all your March Madness news. All that more, Lion TV starts now.
Good morning, Searcy High. My name is Curtis Stevens.
And my name is Maddie Anderson. Today is Wednesday, April 1st, 2026. Now let's start this day off with some student announcements.
Any student who wishes to try out for the SHS Lion Steppers dance team needs to sign up in the West office. Also, there will be a meeting for those parents or participants in the SHS library this Thursday at 5 p.m. For questions, please contact Ms. Hightower or Ms. Moat.
Any student entering 9th through 12th grades interested in trying for the Lion or Lady Lion golf team for the next school year must email Coach Turney at bturney@searcyschools.org to sign up and obtain more information. The deadline to sign up this Wednesday, April 22nd. Any student that has not contacted Coach Turney by the deadline will not be permitted to try out.
The American Legion Auxiliary is doing a fundraiser for Girls State on April 4th, 2026 at Valley Baptist Church at 6 p.m. They are doing a meal of 3 tacos or enchiladas or combination with a drink and dessert for $8. Children under 6 are $4 for the meal. There will also be a silent auction set up. If you know of anyone interested in a meal ticket, please email .cam72963@icloud.com or call 501-593-8631.
The UAMS Pharmacy Summer Camp is designed for high school juniors and seniors interested in opportunities in the pharmacy profession. Cost is $150 and covers lab materials, activity supplies, meals, and a camp t-shirt. No housing will be available. Camp is June 1st through 3rd from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. daily and is being held at UAMS College of Pharmacy on the Little Rock campus. For more information, contact Willie Hicks, the Director of Recruitment at wfhicks@uamans.edu. The Barking Barn is a nonprofit made to support animals in the Humane Society.
That's right, Maddie. Brooklyn Shaver has a story that explains further on how they support the animals.
The Barking Barn is a small thrift store in downtown Searcy that collects first-hand and second-hand donations to help support the Humane Society Animal Shelter.
We are the thrift store that helps support the Humane Society for spays and neuters.
We're a resale store, and they started this because we had so many animals and nowhere for them to be.
The Barking Barn depends on the public heavily to provide the vast selection of items in their store. The generosity of others is what keeps the store operating day to day.
We'd like to have more donations, so we try to get the word out. You know, if you've had a yard sale and you got leftovers, bring them to us.
Donations are here and there. We are always needing knick-knack, furniture, household wear.
All the donations are donated by the public, and then we sell it here, and it goes to the shelter and helps the animals get a good home, hopefully.
That's our main thing, is just getting things in the store so we can resell them and make the money.
Come and visit the store, volunteer, donate.
We're trying to get more younger volunteers in to learn retail or to be in here learning what we do to help the animals.
Just come up here and volunteer, ask. We are always taking volunteers.
There's a lot of things that have to be done around here. Clothes hung up, things straightened up, stuff has to be priced and put out.
There's so many things that makes the Barking Barn unique. No matter what the selection, whether you are looking for something new or something old or something cheap or pricey, the Barking Barn has all you need.
I think any nonprofit is unique. It's just what you prioritize.
We carry a lot more things than some stores do.
The high quality donations that we actually receive. We have some great community that donates to us and helps us to have quality pieces.
The Barking Barn's unique selection keeps customers coming back for more. A lot of customers come in for the nostalgic items.
There's so many things. Just some of our vintage stuff, for one, is amazing. Things you wouldn't think would sell, people love. We're very friendly. We love our customers. We love being able to help people find things or put things together for their home.
Come out and see us. Just visit. We get new merchandise in every week and just go out to the shelter and adopt.
Whether you're a volunteer or a happy customer, the Barkin' Barn seems to accomplish their mission of providing relief for animals in need. Now let's send it back to you guys at the news desk.
Thanks, Brooklyn.
I'll be sure to have over there this weekend to check it out. Graduation plans are changing for seniors at Hendrick College in Conway, and not everyone is celebrating. A turf renovation project is moving graduation ceremonies and cutting the number of attendees in half. Many seniors expressed that they're frustrated about how graduation is being handled this year. The celebration, which is usually held on the football field, will now happen inside the gym, a much smaller venue. A student who wanted to remain anonymous out of fear the school wouldn't let them walk in May said the college turf project is the reason for the move. Quote, "It happened far too late. They told us after people already booked Airbnbs, scheduled flights, and more," the student said. Originally, students were given 4 tickets each. Now they get 11, but the ceremony is split into 2 parts.
Chuck Norris, veteran martial arts world champion, action hero in early 2000s, and an internet meme inspiration whose rugged demeanor was immortalized on the hit show Walker, Texas Ranger, has died at age 86. He passed March 19, 2026 in Kauai, Hawaii. His family confirmed he died peacefully from a sudden medical emergency surrounded by loved ones, with reports nothing he had been hospitalized earlier that week.
Experts are warning that the unprecedented heat wave that has roasted the West during the past 2 weeks has also set the stage for a potentially perilous wildfire season. The relentless heat, which has shattered monthly high temperature records, has caused the mountain snowpack to virtually vanish from California and Sierra Nevadas all the way to the Colorado Rockies. This puts the region in uncharted territory as it enters the wildfire season, said Jennifer Kay, an atmospheric scientist at the University of Colorado at Boulder.
I'm glad the weather keeps getting warmer, although it probably will just drop back to being cold again.
I would not say that just yet, Maddie. Kat Berman has our weather updates for this week.
Welcome, Cersei, and let's get to those weather updates. Today will be a high of 86 with a 9% chance of rain, winds at south 15 miles per hour, and humidity at 59%. And your sun rose at 6:53 a.m. On to tonight. For tonight, we have a low of 67. Mostly cloudy with rain, 11%, winds at south of 13 miles per hour, and humidity at 67%, and sunset is 7:28 p.m. Onto the almanac. So for the last 7-day average is a high of 88 with a low of 38. Monthly average of precipitation was 5.42 inches, and month to date 0.0 inches. Onto the 5cast. On Thursday was a high of 79, low of 65, and 41% chance of rain. Friday was mostly cloudy with a high of 84, a low of 65, and 24% chance of rain. Saturday was thunderstorms with a high of 68, a low of 41, and a 94% chance of rain. Sunday was partly cloudy with a high of 66, a low of 39, and a 40% chance of rain. And then on Monday was a mostly sunny with a high of 65, a low of 39, and 9% chance of rain. Well, Cersei, it looks like it's going to be raining. Let's go back to the news desk.
I'm getting hungry. What's for lunch today, Curtis?
Today for lunch we'll be having chicken Alfredo rotini, classic cheese pizza, carne asada, Italian meatball sub, ham and cheese fun lunch, fresh whole fruit, and milk.
That sounds yummy. Please make sure to thank our lunch ladies.
Hey Maddie, do you know any good movies?
Not at the moment, but I know 2 people who do. So let's send it over to this week's 2 Chicks and a Flick.
Hey Cersei, welcome to a new episode of 2 Chicks and a Flick.
It's time for a 2 Chicks trivia question, and the question is, in the film The Sound of Music, what animal did the children put in Maria's pocket? We'll answer that at the end of this episode.
Our first movie is Hoppers.
Hoppers is a 2026 American animated science fiction adventure comedy film produced by Pixar Animation Studio, directed by Daniel Chong, and written by Jesse Andrews.
We call it Hoppers. Huh? We put this into this. Yes, this into this.
The film features the ensemble voice cast led by Piper Peruto, Bobby Moynihan, John Hamm, Kathy Najimy, and Dave Franco. Its plot follows Mabel Tanaka, an animal lover whose mind is transferred into a lifelike robotic beaver to communicate with animals and save their habitat from destruction. Our next movie is Peter Rabbit. Peter Rabbit is a 2018 live-action animated comedy film based on the characters from the Tale of Peter Rabbit by Beatrix Potter. It was directed by Will Glucks and written by Glucks and Rob Liber. The film stars Rose Byrne, Domhnall Gleeson, Sam Neill, and Marie Jean-Baptiste. In the live-action roles, Byrne, Gleeson, and Neill also voiced animated characters, in addition to the voice of Margot Robbie as Flopsy Rabbit and the narrator, and James Corden as the titular character. The film follows Peter Rabbit as he deals with the new problems when the late Mr. Gregor's great-nephew arrives and discovers the trouble Peter Rabbit's family can get into. Peter Rabbit had its world premiere at the Grove on February 3rd, 2018. It was released in the United States on February 9th, 2018. The film received mixed reviews from critics, mainly for its deviations from the source material. It grossed $351 million worldwide on a $50 million budget. A sequel, Peter Rabbit 2, The Runaway, was released in 2021 without the involvement of Sony Pictures Animation, but did not gross as much as the first film. Our movie of the month is The Sound of Music. The Sound of Music is a 1965 American musical drama film produced and directed by Robert Wise, from a screenplay written by Ernest Lehman. It's based on the 1959 stage musical composed by Richard Rodgers with lyrics by Oscar Hammerstein II and a book by Lindsay and Krauss. It's based on the 1949 memoir, The Story of the Trapp Family Singers by Mary von Trapp. The film stars Julie Andrews and Christopher Plummer with Richard Hayden, Peggy Wood, Chairman Carr, and Eleanor Parker. Set in Salzburg, Austria, it is a fictional retelling of Maria von Trapp's experience as governess to 7 children, her eventual marriage with their father, Captain George von Trapp, and their escape during Anschluss in 1938. Filming took place from March to September 1964 in Los Angeles and Salzburg. The Sound of Music was released by 20th Century Fox in the United States on March 2nd, 1965. At first as a limited roadshow theatrical release, it intentionally received mixed reviews from film critics. However, the film was a major commercial success, becoming the #1 box office film after 4 weeks, and the highest grossing film of 1965 by November 1966. The Sound of Music had become the highest grossing film in history, and it held that distinction for 5 years. It sold 283 million admissions worldwide, and it earned a total worldwide gross of $286 million. The Sound of Music received 5 Academy Awards, including Best Picture and Best Director. The film also received Golden Globe Awards for Best Motion Picture and Best Actress, the Director's Guide of America Award for Outstanding Directional Achievement, and the Writer's Guide of America Award for Best Written American Musical. Well, it's time for the answer to our trivia question. The question was, in the film The Sound of Music, what animal do the children put in Maria's pocket? And the answer is a frog. That's all for this episode of Two Chicks and a Flick. Stay tuned for some more insight and fun facts about some of your favorite movies. Back to you at the news desk.
Wow, all the movies sound great.
I can't wait to watch Peter Rabbit when I get home.
Maddie, March Madness has been crazy.
Yeah, and with all the last-second shots, Bo Bramlett has more about it.
Welcome back. Hope everybody had an amazing spring break. Now let's get into some local news. In local news, SHS baseball team played a tournament over the break at Joe T. Robinson. The first game would be against Robinson, where they would go on to lose 2-9. The Lions would bounce back, winning their next 2 games. They would beat Riverside 10-1, then Lone Oak 11-3. This would make the Lions' overall record 9-4, showing a promising start to the 2026 campaign. In national news, we're deep in March Madness, and the Elite Eight gave us unforgettable moments. As teams fought for a spot in the Final Four, let's start with the thriller between Duke Blue Devils and the Yukon Huskies. This game had everything. Duke looked in control for most of the night, building a solid lead behind strong shooting and fast-paced offense. But Yukon refused to go away. The Huskies battled back in the second half with a tough defense and clutch scoring. Then, in a moment that will be remembered for years, Yukon knocked down a buzzer-beating three-pointer to win it 73-72, shocking Duke and sending the Huskies to the Final Four. Next up, the Michigan Wolverines took on the Tennessee Volunteers. This one was all Michigan from the start. The Wolverines came out aggressive on both ends of the floor, locking down defensively and pushing the pace offensively. Tennessee struggled to keep up, turning the ball over and missing key shots. Michigan took full advantage, dominating the game and rolling to a 95-62 victory. That performance sends a strong message that Michigan is a serious championship contender. And finally, the Arizona Wildcats faced the Purdue Boilermakers. This matchup featured a battle in the paint, with both teams trying to establish control inside. Arizona found their rhythm late in the first half and carried that momentum into the second. Their defense stepped up, forcing tough shots and limiting Purdue's scoring chances. In the end, Arizona pulled away for a 79-64 win, securing their spot in the Final Four. Now let's switch over to the NBA. As we head into the final stretch of the regular season, in the Eastern Conference, the Detroit Pistons sit on top with an impressive 54-21 record, showing consistency all season long. Right behind them, the Boston Celtics are 50-25, continuing to be one of the most well-rounded teams in the league. The New York Knicks holding a strong position at 48-27, while the Cleveland Cavaliers are right there as well as 47-28, making the race in the East extremely competitive. Out in the Western Conference, the Oklahoma City Thunder have taken control with a dominant 16-16 record, making them one of the top teams in the entire league. The San Antonio Spurs are not far behind at 57-18, continuing their strong season. Los Angeles Lakers sit at 49-26, trying to lock in their playoff position, while the Denver Nuggets are close at 48-28, keeping the pressure on in a stacked Western Conference. With just a handful of games left, teams are fighting for playoff seeding, home court advantage, and momentum heading to the postseason. That's all the sports updates I have for you, Cersei. Now back to the news desk.
Thanks, Bo.
Well, that's all the time we have for you today, Cersei. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel at Cersei High Lion TV.
And to follow us on X at Lion TV, Instagram at Cersei Lion TV, and on Facebook at Cersei High Lion TV. Signing off, I'm Curtis Stevens.
And I'm Maddie Anderson. See you on Friday, Cersei.